Hello and welcome back to another video, and today we're here on F1 25 showing off my 2026 mod for the game. I don't know why, but I decided this year I was going to do one for the F1 game as well, and I thought you guys would like to see it. Now I will say, before we get into it, I have got a couple of the people's mods installed as well that I will link in the description below. Tire wall changes, I think I've got a 2026 physics mod and also a Lando Norris gold helmet, I believe, but other than that, the rest of it has all been done by me. I probably would have put the season show off that you get in career mode in the background whilst I was just saying that, showing off the different cars and drivers. Of course, not as extensive as the changes you tend to get in the MotoGP game. F1 is a bit more static in terms of the drivers, but either way, all the transfers have been made, and of course, the extra Cadillac team with Bottas and Perez. So for this video, I'm just going to be doing a last first challenge at Albert Park. I almost said Phillip Island then, because I was just thinking Australian Grand Prix, as Valtteri Bottas in the new Cadillac. And I'm also going to be doing it on my wheel. So apologies if you hear the wheel in the background whilst I'm commentating. Well, you definitely will hear the wheel in the background whilst I'm commentating, but there's not much I can do about that one, to be honest. So without any further ado, I will get straight into this race, and hopefully we can try and get this Cadillac towards the sharp end of the grid. Now, one thing I will say about this is that I'm not very good at the F1 game, so I'll definitely do some stupid stuff. Here we go, then the lights are on, lights out, and away we go. And to be honest, it's been a pretty decent launch off the line. We've almost got the run on Ollie Bearman there, but not quite. It's going to be tricky to move forward because we had Colapinto in the way, but we've got a bit of a gap on the inside here. So we've got the inside of a few cars, or a bit of contact with Colapinto, just turning on me like we're not there. Past the two racing balls, so Lindblad and Lawson not having a good weekend so far. And we are behind one of obviously the big changes for next year, the Audi of Nico Hülkenberg. And then just ahead of him is Perez. So those two always was close as teammates back in the Force India days, and they're still together on track now. So you can't get Hülkenberg and Perez away from each other. And of course, on these opening laps on the F1 game, it is just chocker. If you're at the back, it is chocker. You can see I was feathering the throttle through there a little bit, and we've already made our first mistake of the race. And we've got a racing bull almost got to the inside of us there. Leon Lawson gave it a good go, but yeah, I got a wheel on the outside, won the corners, and we understeered wide. I did tell you that I was going to make some stupid mistakes in this race, and that certainly will not be the last. Now, another thing, I did say, of course, earlier on that I've got a 2026 physics mod, and with that comes no DRS, so it will tell me DRS is available, it will be screaming at me to use DRS, but DRS does not work in the mod that I have here, so I won't be using that. Well, Hülkenberg, bit defensive there. I was going to go for it on him, but then he sort of moved out towards me. I didn't want to have contact. So pick up damage on the first lap, I'm a bit screwed because we've got 15 laps, and like I said, I have turned the AI down, as you can probably tell, to be honest, so that I can actually try and get through the pack and get towards some of the front runners in this, what obviously is the Connor Sport car as far as the game is concerned. So I think the worst car in the game. So despite that, we absolutely do not have DRS, so ignore what the engineer said. Got a bit of a run here on Nico Hülkenberg. We're going to look for it on the inside, I think, into this turn 3 at the inside of Hülkenberg. Oh, close. Go hang him out to dry. Trying to go around the outside of him. Oh, side by side with Hülkenberg, but I think I've got him. So there we go. We move up into P16. Well, that's not been the start I wanted. That's 6 places on the opening couple of laps, but it's going to be trickier to get through, especially when we've got Antonelli in front of us in the Mercedes. I do not know what he's doing so far down the order. And we've got Perez a few spots in front, so at the very least, we've got to try and beat him. And it's going to be so difficult not to press that DRS button, because I think it actually makes you go slower when you open it, or when you try and open it in this mod. So I'm not going to do that. It sort of like bottoms the car out. It behaves a little bit weird. Obviously, whatever they've done to the physics to remove the DRS kind of bugs the game a little bit. So there we go. Then we've got the run on Antonelli. That was aggressive. That's what I wanted to do to Hülkenberg on the previous lap, but because obviously he moved out towards me, it scared me. Antonelli did the same thing, but oh, they're so slow through this corner. What are they doing? I mean, I know, again, like I said, I know I've got the AI on a lower setting, and damage. It's minor, but I have picked up some damage, so that's not ideal at all. It's Gasly moves to the inside to try and defend. Try and get the run on him. Well, yeah, again, we are going to use a little bit of energy. Well, I've actually not got much energy left. At the moment, they're saying it doesn't need replacing, so that's good. So we're up into 14th now. Next up is our teammate Perez in the other Cadillac car, so you'll actually be able to see it a little bit better, because obviously I'm driving in cockpit cam, because, well, I'm on a wheel, so I'm going to do that. I'm not going to drive on TV pod. But obviously, because of that, you don't get a good look at the livery. But obviously, we will when we get up the back of Perez. There's only really a few liveries that have changed, so this and the Audi being the main ones. The Red Bull teams haven't got the Honda logo anymore. That's about the biggest difference. Perez there, he did one hell of a weave trying to get past Stroll. I mean, he's done it, to be fair, but did seem a bit dangerous. A bit of a dangerous thing to do. I try and sit in Stroll's slipstream here a little bit, trying to save a bit of energy, because I've gone a bit ham. I always do this every time I play the F1 game. I just use up all my battery on the first lap or so, although forget sitting behind Stroll, because we are just going to go past him into the same corner that we did Antonelli on the previous lap. And that is us up into P13 now then. So we've got a run here on Perez. To be honest, I think I'm just going to stick in behind him. I don't think it's worth going for it. And I think you'll have just seen the Pirelli sideboard mod that I've got on there as well. Although, again, we've got the run on Perez, so I think I'm just going to have to go past him this time. Although, to the outside, it's a bit interesting, and he moved over a bit there. We do know he is the Mexican Minister of Defense, of course. So it looks on the mini-map, it looks like, I think Norris might be winning the race ahead of Alonso. Because Alonso is somehow like third place on the grid. I don't know if I'll actually put the grid in the background of the video whilst I was talking, but yeah, somehow he qualified really well. So I don't know, again, if the 2026 sort of physics mod has made the Aston Martin better, because it's expected to be better. And there you go, that's me accidentally using the DRS, like I said. Doesn't have an effect, and actually did sort of bottom the car out. Really need to try and find my way past Perez, though, because in the dirt, yeah, this car is horrific. Absolutely horrible. Here we go, then. Oh! Perez pretty defensive. Can we go around the outside again? It's honestly so tricky to get past. We're going to have to try and do the move that we did to the others, but he didn't seem so susceptible. He seemed a lot quicker out of there than Stroll and Antonelli did. So yeah, it does seem like Perez, probably because he's my teammate in the game, he's probably going to be a bit less willing to get beaten by me. Here we go, we've got to run on him now. Use a bit of energy to the outside. Am I going to be able to pass him? We're going to have to break really deep into turn 3 here to do it, I think. Yes, he's behind us in the mirror, there you go. We've passed him. So finally, took probably about 3 laps to get past Perez there. I tell you what, Albon and Ocon in front, they're proper going for it. And again, I'm going to try and get a run off, put a wheel on the grass, like I said. Silly mistakes from me will be featured throughout this video. I think we're also coming across cars here that are on different tyres. Looks like Ocon's on the mediums, so he will be a bit slow. His face covered off that pretty well. They seem to have got wise to that one. So I've been requested to pit on this lap. I think I'm actually going to stay out for a couple of laps because I want to try jumps of this track if I can. I've got the pace on them. So we can try and get past a few of these guys. Should leave us in good stead and give us a bit of fresher tyres at the end to chase down some of the leaders. Although actually, having said that, Ocon of course is on the mediums, so I will still need to sort of clear him. I think a lot of cars will be in this lap too, which obviously will also, it looks like a Ferrari and a McLaren are in. Oh, even Ocon's in actually, everyone's in. Well, what is the point of putting the mediums on and doing... Oh, actually, yeah, so it's actually doing a short stint on those tyres does make sense. We've come out in front of Max Verstappen, so I think it actually might be Verstappen that's leading the race, which, surprise, surprise. So what have we got over him? Not a lot. Got Antonelli between us, apparently. Then I think it's then Verstappen the next car, so if I had any chance of winning this one, I don't think it's going to happen because I'm nearly a pit stop behind already. Actually in a Red Bull sandwich at the moment. Got Hajar in front of us in the second Red Bull, or I suppose first in this case, but only because he's yet to pit. So here we go then. There's a McLaren come out the pits as well, Lando Norris. So we are leading the race at the moment because we've stayed out longer than everybody else. Verstappen is right behind us, and it's a gap of about 4 seconds back to Norris. So it's actually Verstappen was leading the race the whole time. I thought he might have glitched on the last lap because he was behind me, but it was saying it was Antonelli. But even still, it seems to have updated now. And on this lap I will pit and sort of jump out the way. Well, not to jump out of Verstappen's way, but obviously it's not going to be worth me fighting him. And there should be no cars holding me up in the pits. There he is. Actually, you can see in the mirror there, he has got the number 33 back on the car. So we don't know 100% if he's going to use that number next year. It's assumed he will, but he could also use the number 3. It's been rumoured. For now in the mod, it's number 33 rather than the number 1 on the car. But there you go. That's probably the last we'll see of Verstappen. Norris also behind us, so probably the last we'll see of him with his number 1 on the car now. Either way, we're coming in for our pit stop, so you won't see the Cadillac pit crew, and this is why I've got to make sure I don't speed into the pits. There we go then. Turn at the optimal time. Into the box. You can see we have got the Cadillac pit crew there. Put the clutch in. Let it out. Good stop. Now we're going to jump any of those guys that we were battling before. We may well do. Into turn 1. Oh, Ocon, wow. So Ocon just got back out in front of us. So yeah, pretty much the same there. I was a bit conservative coming out of the pit lane, so I could have played into it a little bit. We're going to try and dispatch him because he's actually gone to the hard tyre, so I don't know what strategy. Well, I know what strategy's on. I don't know why they put him on that strategy, because they've just put him on the slower tyre in both stints compared to everybody. Looks to be the same as what Antonelli's on at the moment, the hards. I guess maybe the Haas is just struggling with the tyre wear, but either way, we are now back up into P11, so let's see if we can chase anybody down. We've only got a few laps to go, so I think the good results I was hoping for are going to be long gone. So we're sort of back in the same spot we were now before the pit stop phases, behind Albon. So we've managed to get past Ocon, so that kind of worked, but we lost a good chunk of time to these guys by staying out, so it wasn't really worth it. But there's a bit of a battle going on. I think it's Hadjar versus Alonso, sort of holding these guys up. So if we can try and take advantage of that, that would be pretty good. So Alonso absolutely overqualified his car because he was on third place on the grid, and he's obviously dropped back to about 7th now. So we go around the outside of Albon. Oh, I thought I was going to hit Russell. So we're going to hang out around the outside of Alex. We have done it indeed. So we're up to the points. So points on Cadillac's debut. I think they'd be pretty happy with that, especially from the back of the grid. But now I can get a bit more. If we can try and get these three, I think that'll be about the limit. Might be Sainz then up the road from them. But I don't think we're going to be able to get Carlos, unfortunately. So I also haven't got much battery to play with. See, they are jumping me there. Russell and Alonso starting to battle. Hopefully that will help me out. I think it has. In the same way that we pass Antonelli, we're going to pass Russell, so both Mercedes a little bit weak off that corner. Right, so we've got 3 laps to go. I think we can get Alonso. And probably Hadjar, but I think that'll be about it. And speaking of getting Alonso, we've got the run on him. Clearly that Aston Martin has not got the race pace. I tell you what, Hadjar doesn't move to the outside, yeah, which he has now done. I was going to say we're going to try and get him too. Actually, Alonso's come back at me a little bit. There's a Hadjar there. We're back around the outside Alonso like we did to Alex Albon. I'm getting a bit more up to speed with the game now. I think the driving's a bit better, and also the fuel's coming down, which means the car's a bit more nimble, a bit more alive. See if we can make our way past Hadjar here. Oh, he moves over, to be fair. Good defence from Hadjar. And Alonso's going to come steaming past me here. Oh, I've had to turn a bit late. That's definitely cost me. It's cost me a lot because Alonso stuck his nose in. Tell you what, we might, if we can get Hadjar here out of this corner, we might be able to get Sainz. That would be pretty good. Tried it. He's gone defensive. We're going to go for it anyway. At the inside of Isaac Hadjar. Oh! The car! Almost lost the car there. Well, I went on the curb. I don't know why I'm blaming the car. It was my own fault. And, oh, he's slow out of there. I can see why he's struggling, actually, because he's on the hard. Actually, so is Sainz. So, there's quite a few that AI have got on the hard. So, Ocon's not the up one out, but it's definitely cost him. And it's turn 1. Up the inside. Not really particularly a dive bomb corner, but we've done it anyway because the run was so good. So, if it's P7, sorry. We can maybe get P6 if we have a good lap here, but I think it's going to be hard. I think it's going to be the maximum. So there you go then. Max Verstappen wins the first race of 2026 in this mod. And we got right up to the back of Carlos Sainz and Piastri here. A couple more laps. We absolutely would have got them. Purple sector 1 actually was on this final lap. But it's going to be P7 here on Cadillac's debut as Bottas. I think they'll take that. And driver of the day, of course, Valtteri Bottas. Who else could it be? Well, there you have it then. That is my F1 2026 mod for F1 25. Obviously a little bit different than the mod showcases that I usually do, but otherwise it would have literally been, there's the Audi and there's the Cadillac, and it wouldn't have been a lot. There wouldn't have been a lot to show. So I thought I'd do a little race, get to see some of the driver transfers. Obviously we got to have a little bit of a battle with Hadjar there, Perez as well, so I think it showed off the drivers that had swapped around pretty well, and we got the fastest lap of the race as well, the Cadillac, so pretty good. The pace obviously was quite good. There were a few other mods I did use in the description, so we'll link those. Obviously, this mod here isn't released yet. I will be releasing it, but there are some finishing touches. There were some things I did notice when setting up for this video that need to be sorted before it can release. But hopefully you guys did enjoy that one. If you are new to the channel, please do like the video and subscribe, because it really does help me out. And of course, it is a win-win for both of us as you get some more racing game modding content in your subscription feed. But I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I shall see you in the next one.